Hello, my name is Lowry Jr., and I'm the managing partner at Lowry Financial Advisors. I provide financial planning and investment management to individuals, to families, and also to companies. Financial things are very complex unless it's something you deal with every day. A lot of people just don't feel comfortable navigating different things like retirement plans and investing and saving for college. And so our job is to help our clients find some simplicity and clarity in doing that. I came to this business partly through family. My father started an earlier company, and when I was in college, I decided it was something I wanted to pursue. Growing up, it wasn't something I expected to follow as a career. For many years, I wanted to be a film director. I was going to make movies. And actually, my first year in college, I studied film and thought that was something I was going to pursue. I took a couple of years off during college to do some voluntary church service. And during that time, I realized that although I really love movies, I did not have enough of a passion to understand or to make that my career. And this is something that I've always loved about junior achievement is hopefully as you participate in programs like this, it's possible for you to understand better who you are, have more self-knowledge. And the way I've understood that is that's a combination of what you value, what you're good at, and what you're interested in. And if you can find something that combines those three things, then you will probably be happy in that career or in that job or in that business. And so during that time when I was serving as a missionary, I had a lot of opportunity to think, what am I going to do after this? What am I going to study in school? And I thought a lot about what my father did. I realized that he had lots of long-term relationships with good people. And I like people. I've always been an outgoing person. And I thought, well, I'd like to be in a job where I can interact with other people. And I liked that these were long-term relationships. In other words, it wasn't something where you're going to come in and talk to somebody and sell them something and that was it. Maybe never see them again or never continue that relationship. So that was something I valued long-term relationships. I had an interest in people. And, I had spent enough time talking to folks that I thought I would be a pretty good kind of counselor. And I thought I was a decent teacher, and a lot of what we do is education. And so and I did some other tests and evaluations to kind of figure this out, but I realized that what my father did was something that I thought I could be really happy doing. And so after my sophomore year in college, I spent the summer working for him, interning, and understood a little bit better what he did, shadowed him on appointments, saw the kind of people that he worked with again in a little more deeper way than I had as a kid. And went back to school, and I started to study for the test to become licensed to sell financial products. That's how I got my start. And then in 2002, I passed that test and I was able to start working. So it's been about 18 years since I started as a financial advisor. Over time, the focus of our business has shifted. A lot of people in the late 90s, early 2000s, and some people still today, were more involved in the sale of products. What we are exclusively focused on now is providing advice and counseling and analysis. And we don't get paid to sell products. We get paid to provide advice. We get paid to oversee investments. And that's something I really enjoy. I love sitting down with a family and hearing about what they want to accomplish. And then over the course of our relationship, seeing them pay down debt or save for college. I got a message a few weeks ago from a client who had reached $1 million in savings, and he expressed his gratitude for our helping him in that. And the nice thing is, and what I told him was that, yes, we provided some guidance and direction, but he made that commitment and he stuck with it. And that's part of why he was successful. So it's very rewarding and uplifting to see people make good choices and follow through on those. I went away to college. I did not go to school at UF or really anywhere in Florida. I went to school in Utah at Brigham Young University. And I was happy to leave Gainesville. But when the time came to decide where to work, it was a really good place to come back to. Not just because the business was there, but because Gainesville offers, and this is something that's probably, if you're in high school, you probably felt what I felt, which was, this is a small town. I'd really like to experience other things. And in addition to living in Utah, I lived in San Diego, California, and some other cities in Southern California. And so I was able to experience and see some other areas. But Gainesville offered a unique combination of access to really pretty areas to be and spend time, and also the university, which gives athletics and arts and other things you wouldn't have normally in a city of our size. Joining a business and then becoming a part owner of a business here in Gainesville, really putting down those roots was something that I really, really enjoyed. And it continues to be a good place to live and raise my family. So even if you think, I can't wait to get out of Gainesville, don't be surprised if life brings you back at some point. As I record this, we're in the middle of the COVID-19 pandemic. That has meant that we have not been meeting in person with clients, which is normally what we do. In any given week, I might have 5 to 10 in-person meetings with some of our clients where we sit down and review their situation and try to say, okay, what in your life has changed? What do we need to address or talk about or make adjustments to? And we've been handling all those things by telephone or video conference. And we're very fortunate to have this technology. I think if it was even 5 years ago, the availability of apps like Zoom or other things are very cost effective, relatively easy to use. So even older clients or people who are not as technologically savvy or comfortable, we're able to interact with them this way. And it's kind of nice to be able to talk to people. I had a conversation with a client in North Dakota, and to see them and be able to smile or interact in a way that wouldn't really be possible if we were not able to see each other, to the point that regular phone calls almost feel inadequate compared to being able to talk to somebody face to face. We had a rough time in the last recession, which was the financial crisis of 2008. During that time, the value of the stock market declined. Now, a lot of our income comes from the fees we charge to manage money. So if somebody is asking us to oversee their investments, we are going to charge a percentage of those investments. And if the money grows, then great, we make money and so do they, or we earn more money. And if the market declines, well, then our revenue goes down. So the market was down, quite a bit, over 40% during that time frame. We did not feel it quite as much, but our revenue, our income declined really quickly as well. And so that was a real challenge for us. And we were able to retain everybody that worked with us. But it was a hard financial period, and really struck home the importance of having savings and having low debt and being prepared for times when, as a business owner, there's nobody else who's going to pay your paycheck. That has to come from me. And so knowing that my family relied on me to have that income was really, really important, and both motivational and scary. And I know people who came through that period of time and all that economic stress and decided that owning a business wasn't for them. They wanted to go back and be someone else's employee. I think that for me, the benefits of being in charge outweigh the stress. And once we got through that period, and we've had a pretty good run. Now here we are again, really 10 or 11 years later, dealing with another period of economic crisis. As a business, we're in a better position. We are less reliant on fluctuating income. We charge financial planning fees, which don't fluctuate as the market fluctuates. So that's created a stream of income that it makes it easier for us to weather this storm. And as a result, never had to worry about whether we could continue to pay our staff. And our staff are really important to us. Our clients rely on us. There's certain things only I can do for my clients, but the people that work for me are usually the folks that my clients talk to more often, and they really love them, and there's a good relationship there. This current period, I think, will be something we look back on and really, feel some benefit from, or at least some real, feel it will be a real learning experience. So I did graduate from college to work as a financial advisor. A bachelor's degree is really a requirement. It hasn't always been, but as the business or the industry has matured, away from just selling a product to providing advice, almost any company is going to require at least a bachelor's degree. A master's degree is, I would say, purely optional. There are other certifications and licenses that can be helpful to have, but really with a bachelor's degree, that's really the key thing. Studying something like finance, or in some cases there are colleges that have actual financial planning programs, it would be a really good idea if this is something that interested you. I majored in international politics. By the time I decided to join this field, I knew I would be working with my father, and he actually encouraged me to study something else because I would be getting a lot of education both on the job and during the summer. And so it was fun for me to study something that was a little bit different. It definitely has a good relationship to what we deal with. Companies and economies are international, and so understanding how different systems of government work, all those things have really been very helpful in looking at how I look at the world and how I talk to my clients, and also about the confidence I have that those connections are actually making us, on the whole, stronger. Our business thinks it's important to give back. We've been very involved in Junior Achievement and other community organizations, and we will provide free advice to people when we think it's appropriate. We want to be in a position to help anybody, and since we own our own business, we can decide who we work with and under what conditions we work. And that has always been important to us too, to be able to do business with the people we want to do business with in the way that we want to do it. And that way we can sleep well, knowing that we're doing right by our clients. Our company has 5 people in it. 3 of us are financial advisors. We have 2 staff, and on May the 18th, a new staff person is joining us. So we've been able to expand our workforce, which is great. It allows us to provide better service and advice to our clients. That's really our whole objective, is to make sure our clients understand what their money is doing, how it connects to their goals, and that they can see a long-term positive, progress. And also to have the right balance. A lot of our clients have families, and that's usually a big goal, is to be able to enjoy time with family, to go and see family, to travel with family. But family undercuts a lot of what people do and a lot of what we do. And it's nice that I think that we're a family business. People really appreciate that. So anyway, I'm happy to have been able to talk to you today. I hope this is helpful. So best of luck with everything.